Good morning. Now, you might be wondering why a renowned author and journalist with a doctorate in English literature, together with a project manager with a background in change management methodology, are presenting at a conference organized by an industrial association for doctors with the theme of reclaiming medicine. My name is Dr. Jayanti Kunnadasan. I'm an incoming member for the advisory board of the Australian Medical Professionals Society. I'm an anaesthetist and a perioperative physician with more than a decade's experience who had been fired from my job at a regional Victorian public hospital last year over COVID-19 vaccination mandates. Prior to that, I had been chair of the medical senior group at my hospital, as well as chair of a state advisory committee. I had repeatedly asked for a risk assessment when asked to have the inoculation with regards to COVID-19, and I was repeatedly refused this workplace right. It feels acceptable in society today to stigmatize those of us, especially in the medical profession, who have chosen to stand up for the ethical principles of bodily autonomy and informed consent. Being fired was extremely traumatic, and I actually don't know if I'll recover from it. So it was never a decision that was taken lightly. Part of my coping mechanism was that I joined everything. So when I saw an appeal on the podcast War Room for volunteers to help review and analyze the documents that were the basis of the emergency use authorization from the FDA, I thought, I'll sign up for that too. So full disclosure, I'm a proud War Room DailyClout Pfizer document analysis volunteer. And in the early days of being fired, before I connected to more people around where I live, the other volunteers in my group were a constant source of warm support. Information transparency is critical to informed consent, and the 400,000 pages or more that the non-profit, the public health, and medical professionals for transparency sued Pfizer for access to are a treasure trove of information. What's in it? They wanted to keep it hidden for 75 years. Why? In his ruling, Judge Mark Pittman quoted James Madison, "A popular government without popular information or means of acquiring it is but a prologue to a farce or a tragedy, or perhaps both. Knowledge will forever govern ignorance, and a people who mean to be their own governors must arm themselves with the power which knowledge gives." So many in the medical fraternity still have no clue of the failures of our medical regulatory bodies that they have demonstrated towards protecting the public's health with regards to the approval of the new biologics. And until the medical community and the medical regulatory community come to grips with this, until they can reclaim medicine, it has fallen onto more than 3,000 volunteers from all walks of life, from all around the globe, to review, analyze, and report on the findings of the Pfizer documents. Dr. Naomi Wolf and Amy Kelly will be presenting separately. Amy Kelly is the program director for the War Room, DailyClout, and Pfizer Analysis Project. She earned a Bachelor of Arts degree, graduating Phi Beta Kappa and summa cum laude, and I'm sure I mispronounced that, from a liberal arts college. She has more than 20 years of experience as a project manager. Additionally, she's a certified Six Sigma black belt, and she's certified in change management methodology, as well as a business analyst, a product manager and a strategist in the fields of telecommunications, transportations, and medical devices. I now invite Amy Kelly to just give us an overview before I'll be introducing Dr. Wolf.
Hi, my name is Amy Kelly, and I'm the Program Director for the War Room DailyClout Pfizer Documents Analysis Project. I want to thank the Australian Medical Professional Society for inviting me to be part of their Reclaiming Medicine event. I'm honored to be here. Being part of this documents analysis project has been an amazing journey, and I'm so thankful I've had the opportunity to participate in it. I started out just like all the other volunteers. I logged onto DailyClout and signed up to volunteer. And when I was going through the process, I entered that I had project management experience. And then the people at DailyClout reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in managing the project. And I felt very passionately about this subject and decided I wanted to do it. And so I joined the team and started overseeing it. The project consists of 3,500 volunteers. They're medical professionals, RNs, data analysts, medical investigators, attorneys, and people from all other types of jobs and walks of life. And we've all worked together to dig out what is in the Pfizer documents and get that to the public. The way I structured the project is that there are 6 volunteer groups and there are 5 small teams. The volunteer groups go through the documents as they come out each month, and they submit findings to a findings database we have. The small groups, the research teams I mentioned, do more focused research from those findings and pick out topics to report on. And then they write up reports, and those are the ones you've probably heard Dr. Wolf talk about when she's been on Steve Bannon's War Room show. And so far we have produced 38 reports, and I felt like they have been very impactful, and I'm so proud of the work the volunteers have done in that regard. Another thing we have been working on and working with another group on is Abstractor. And that is a front-end search tool that allows the public and the volunteers to search through the Pfizer documents. You can search both the PDF files that have been released and these other files that are called XPT files that are database files. And what you can do is you can go to the War Room campaign that is on the DailyClout website, and up on the top right-hand corner, there's a green box, and you can click on it. It says Abstractor, and it will take you to the tool. The tool lets you enter keywords and search through the PDF files. So for example, you could enter myocarditis, and it will return any place myocarditis is mentioned in the Pfizer documents. It also allows you to limit your search results to file names that have certain words in the file name. For example, if you wanted to only search on files that were adverse event files, you could limit the search by putting in a wildcard that says adverse. We also now have a couple of tools on the XPT side. One is called Trace a Trial List, and one is called Trace a Site. And you can go to those. You can enter a subject ID for a trial participant, and it will allow you to pull all the data that is in the database files for that trial participant. So you can see their entire journey through the process. It's really an amazing feature. Trace a Site works in much the same way. You can select the site number for a given clinical trial site, and it will return all the data to you that's available in the files so far for that site. It gives a much deeper look than we were previously able to have. And we're adding new features to Abstractor all the time. And I send out notifications on Getter and via email and in our chat groups when those new features become available. In conclusion, this has just been such a wonderful experience. I've enjoyed working with the DailyClout team so much and getting to know the volunteers. They are amazing, selfless people that have given so much of themselves for this project. Many are still working. There are some that are retired, but they've given up their time and their talents. And they've also given up money by donating to us and making all of this happen. And it's truly a historic project. Nothing has ever been done like this, where we've crowdsourced research among 3,500 people to be able to get it done and see what's really there. And I think this is going to be a model for the future and how research is done. And I look forward to hopefully being able to participate on other projects like this as we move forward. Again, thank you so much for having me. And I am super proud to be part of your fight in Australia and in educating people about what's really going on with the COVID vaccines. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.